Hi, thank you for watching this build guide to Incendia CHORDA, the lovable dogmatic fanatic zealot that you might get at the end of your playthrough. She's a companion that joins pretty late if you do certain dialogue options. And yeah, she looks totally dorky with these peripheral visor, but it's one of the best items for her since she's a soldier master tactician. She's a Ministerium priest, and I do believe she gets Cleansing Faith, which means her attacks do additional damage and have armor penetration versus the enemies you face once you get her. It's very similar to what Argenta has and can also get, so in some ways these two characters are very similar. And unlike Argenta, she's locked into Master Tactician, which means she gets probably on average a few less attacks per round than the Militant, but can compensate it with a Firestorm attack as well as some utility and groove buffing, and also do pretty hard alpha nukes, so it's pretty good. She's a good damage unit. The first two classes are already leveled up for you, so you can only really do anything with her here in Exemplar. Master Tactician, their best thing is actually Joint Offensive for stacking tactical advantage, and it relies on every hit they score on an enemy. It makes little sense for a soldier master tactician to use area attacks. They'd rather use burst weapons. That's what I'm gonna correct on Incendia in her Exemplar levels, because yes, she has a pretty good ability in cleansing. That's her background ability for area attacks. And in Soldier, she took Concentrated Fire also for area attacks. So yes, she can do quite a bit of damage with area attacks such as Melta and Plasma weapons, but it should be more of a secondary attack for her rather than a burst attack, because the burst will do more damage and also build stacks of tactical advantage faster. You can check in the descriptions what I take specifically in Exemplar to make it good. But the thing is, I do take Lord Xenos on her just to take Drukhari weapon proficiency, because as you see, like my Incendia had to adapt a bit to be best suited to what she can do. So she had to learn a few tricks from her buddy Winterscale and learn to use some heretical Xenos weaponry. She's quite a bit better with these things than what she comes with. The limited common talents I can take in Exemplar to make her capable with heavy weapons is just too much. So the next best thing, and pretty much nearly as good, is still the Deadshot Splinter. And in her secondary weapon slots, we can use a Foe Hammer and like an Inferno pistol. With this way, her primary attack is with the Deadshot Splinter rifle through rapid fire. And once that's done, she can switch to her offhand and make attacks with these. The reason this works this way is that we use Ruby Slash, which basically means it kind of modifies ranged attacks to be treated as melee weapon attacks. And it's kind of funny with this Arbitrus Foe Hammer, which says that when the wielder kills the target with a melee attack for the first time in a round, they gain one free ranged attack from this weapon until the end of the turn. Which means with this amulet equipped and shooting the Splinter rifle in a 1 square point blank range, this Arbitrus Underarm 4 Hammer still activates for a free attack, and you can use dual wielding to make another attack. So she has 3 attacks per round this way without any other buffs to her on top. So that is quite good. But again, she does compete quite a bit with Argenta in terms of the equipment items she wants to use. Like, these are all some of the best items to also use on Argenta. So you have to kind of decide who you want to use more. Ruby Slash here, these very dorky looking glasses here. Perception bonus armor. And then any ranged damage enhancement items you have, like Echo of Victory is a good one, and Book of War Prayers. Yeah, so like she had to learn a bit from Winter Scale and learn to appreciate these heretical Xenos weapons just because they're so good for her. And then this faux hammer and Inferno pistols that she comes with. The other items she really competes with Argenta and any burst damage dealers you have is gloves, rapid dissolution, or even better, the compensator. But the compensator usually goes on someone even better than her. And of course, these tactical backpacks that increase rate of fire. And then we don't need this one more. I was experiencing. I'll show it quickly. You can use this one, Slow March of Death, and there's an insignia item that I can't find it immediately, but it would give her more charges of a dash. But it's still pretty good here because she does have dash as a soldier, and after she dashes, it'll increase her damage even more. The only time I would really slot Ruby Slash out for something like Onslaught is if you're facing high deflection enemies, because then you ignore deflection on the attack. Otherwise, Ruby Slash is better. So in terms of abilities, yes, what she gets in Master Tactician is locked, and these are good abilities. We do like them. They're the best ones anyways. Inspire, Fervor, and Linchpin. And how you build her out in Exemplar is kind of up to you. Rapid fire is mandatory for the build and should be the first thing you take, as well as Unfaltering Fire. Soldier Master Tactician does want to use burst weapons to generate more stacks of tactical advantage. But after that, it's kind of up to you. I have Strongpoint here, for instance. The temporary wounds are nice to put on a Vanguard or any character with Malpian Shroud, should you be running one, like I've showed Ja. Because then, like for instance, Ja can immediately benefit from Malpian Shroud. From the temporary wounds and enhancement to damage this way. If you're not going for Strongpoint, which is a strong ability, you can go for Finish the Job. And then the other one that is good is Assign an Objective, because the upgrade to it, the talent that upgrades it is another plus 7% damage to the enemy targeted. In case you do go for Finish the Job, her second layout in her weapons would be different, and you wouldn't need Ruby Splash. There is a Drukhari weapon that only has a burst attack, and it is the modified Shard Carbine. As you see, it only has the Toxic Burst. This means if you do go for Finish the Job here instead of Strongpoint on her, I would advise using that specific weapon in her off slot. And always target things with Finish the Job with that weapon, so it always does the burst attack. I had her regularly doing, depending on buffs and tactical advantage stacks, anywhere from 1,000, 2 to 2,000 damage per shot with this thing. And as you see, its rate of fire here is already 8, and it can be even higher with better gear. And also like under rapid fire and stuff like that. So she does quite a bit of damage with it. As always, the build is in the description with a few comments where you can take some alternatives. Yeah, thank you for watching this one.